Yo, what's up, guys? Anyone is out there? How you guys doing today? Um, we had a shooting in Colorado. What up, Finn? All right. So I was gonna address that because I have some unique thoughts about that. At least I think that they're unique. I don't know, but whenever people, question me about, or whenever people bring up these instances and they're like, the world is horrible, the world is so bad, I start thinking about just like how I view life in general. All right. So there's a saying that let me refresh this. There's a saying that one of our sayings is if you think that you don't have enough time to become great, you can't also think that your 3 minute sprints are long. So basically, you need to see it as either a short time or a long time. You can't just pick and choose whatever you want. All right. So for this particular thing, the world seems like so bad, so bad, so bad. So it was a grocery store that got hit up, right? And it was called King Supers, which is like Safeway in California. All right. Um, if I told you that a King Supers got shot up and 10 people died, you're less likely to want to go to King Supers. But if I told you, well, some guy threw $1 million to 10 different people at a Foot Locker or wherever, you're not going to be like, well, let me run to another one and that'll happen to me. Because in life, we tend to think the really good, lucky things don't happen to us. And the really unlucky things do happen to us. All right. And you can't live your life that way. All right. You have to realize that this world is increasingly becoming safer and better in every possible way. All right. So with basketball too, I mean, that's just like, saying that the NBA isn't improving. All right. Players aren't improving. Trust me, players are really, really. If you go back in time, like Elgin Baylor died, I think yesterday or the day before. He's an NBA great, and they started showing some of his clips, and he was pretty good, but like he looked like he was like a pretty good high school player because of people like him. We've learned so much more about the game, and he has helped progress the game. If you were a player like Michael Jordan and your existence didn't make all of basketball better, then what were you good for? Right. So obviously we learn from those players, and we owe so much to those players. And the league is obviously becoming so much better, right? So just know that life is becoming so much better. So don't be scared about these things. These things happen. Crazy stuff happens. But I looked up the numbers, and the stats suggested murders, rapes, kidnappings, crimes, everything since 1960 have gone so far down. But before then, like the rates of like the deaths and like all that stuff, they were pretty high in the 1960s. They've gone so far down since. But before then, they were skyrocketing high because of wars, because of just like plagues, because of like crazy, crazy, crazy things going on, like the Christian missionaries just like going through, just mowing people down. It's the tireless of civilizations like lost, Hitler, all that stuff. It was mass chaos before. So the way that I see it is you and I and the entire world, we're trying to clean our house. All right. And before it was like a junkyard, like tires were up everywhere, old swing sets that no one used. And it's like, we couldn't even see the floor. It was so dirty before, so much war before, and we had to clean all that stuff out. And once we got all that stuff clean, now we saw that the actual floor that we could finally see is really, really dirty. All right. So then we take out a mop. We start mopping that up, right? And that was what we were doing during the 60s when they were like, why are black people tripping so much, blah, blah. They're not getting whipped anymore. It's no more slavery. Shut up, right? And I was like, nah. That isn't enough, right? So we start seeing more and more and more. But now that we have the entire floor mopped, now we take out our little bitty microscopes. And now we see that there's all this like fungi down there. I'm like, oh, man, now let's clean that up. And that's what we're doing now. And occasionally you'll have a big one come back through, and like a big tire comes in the room. You're like, what the hell is that? And whereas before you wouldn't have noticed it as much, now you really, really notice it. All right. So the world is improving a lot. But two, let's keep cleaning. Let's keep cleaning it up. And to relate that to basketball, no matter how good you get, you should see life like Michael Jordan saw it. All right. He got cut from his team. That's not the story, right? Obviously, he got cut from the varsity team as a freshman. He made the JV. He scored 35 points a game. Everyone knew how good he was, but he was still pissed off. There was still more work to be done. All right, so he looked at every little detail and he took it seriously. All right, so with all these shootings happening or whatever's happening in the world, with social media, we find out about things like that. Whereas before, you could there's some things that happen down in the South where he didn't get cut. He just didn't make varsity. Exactly. Whereas before, there were certain things like in the South where like a whole like church would get bombed, and that didn't like make the newspaper, right? Because times were crazy back then. Black people got hung and stuff like that, right? And we don't even know all the names of the Jewish people that Hitler killed. There were so many, right? All right. So times are better, but we still must go on. All right. So no matter how great times get, and they are the greatest ever. You guys would not survive like a month in the 1800s. You'd be like, dude, life sucks. Life is so safe and so pure and so great right now that we get to focus on making it even better. So take that to your basketball. Again, if you guys make D1, D2, NBA, whatever, don't call it a day. Don't be like good enough. Be like the world is right now, but don't trip too much. All right. Be like the world is right now where they're like, no, this is bad. Like 6 Asian women died. Yes, that is horrible. It's pretty good for the 8 billion that we have in the entire world, though. But yes, it is horrible. And sure, you might score 99 points in a game, but why did you miss 5 shots? You know what I'm saying? So like, look to the small mistakes and make them big, but don't lose sight in that you're still improving and that you're always improving. So be optimistic in this world, but still be diligent in making it better and better and better. All right, here's what we have. Where am I? Trying to get today's thing up. Today we're on Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. Tuesday, the March 23rd, 3:23. The quote is, "Do it now." All right, do it now. All right, just do it isn't good enough. You must start right now. So wherever you are right now, I know you three are working out. We got Ren, Finn, and Blake. You guys are working out. You guys are doing it right now. Don't forget that, because other people aren't. Other people are thinking, all right, trials started in like November. I'm gonna get to going around like August. Okay, nah, man, it's all the time. All right, so do it now. Any kind of like thoughts that you have of like the player that you want to become, nah, don't do it then. Do it now. All right, because you never know when tomorrow or what tomorrow holds. Maybe today's your last day playing because you're gonna break your leg. Whatever it may be, do it now. All right. Elementary school drills. We got tip drill, one-on-one wing for one-on-one wing and one-on-one rebound. We have nod and help side equals points. Zone, 1 or 2 guard front. 16 plus seconds up by 4. Offense rebounds, tips, +1. Again, I just talk through this stuff because I don't have a gym right here right now, but I'm getting one. And I'm meeting with another person tomorrow. And this guy actually has a deep connection to Moraga. Not that deep, but kind of deep. All right, pretty deep actually. So it's a kid who he went to school in high school when I was in high school, and we played against each other. He wound up going to college at UC Irvine. Now he owns a gym, and he wants to meet with me. I know he has his own program, so I'm not going to try to like mess with that. But who knows what that might lead to? But I'm going to meet with him, and his connection is. His brother not only went to St. Mary's, his name is this guy's name is Ross Schrader. His brother, his name is Eric Schrader. He not only went to St. Mary's, he was Player of the Year at St. Mary's, like in the whole WCC conference. So Eric Schrader's brother is the guy that I'm meeting on Wednesday. So tomorrow to see about some gym time. Also, the last gym that I went to on Saturday, where I said that it wasn't like the greatest meeting in the world because I was hyped. They just weren't like feeling me like totally. They didn't. I want people to be like, dude, you're the guy. Here's everything, of course, right? But they were like, we have to think about it. I'm like, what are you thinking about? This is obvious, but it's okay. They actually got back to me and told me to send them some extra stuff. So we're gonna see if that happens. They're gonna give me a few hours a week for right now, but I'm looking for the home run starting in September, where I get 7 days a week, year round, paid up front, and so I can have my program going. And then I want an extra place in the meantime where I can do this show from. That place actually offered me a little an office area that I would convert into both a studio and a merchandise place. I'm ordering all my merchandise. I'm putting it on to like all like I don't know. I have so much stuff. They're gonna have like shirts of different colors now. Our main colors are black, midnight blue, maroon, and light gray. So we're gonna have all like shirts with 50 All Stars on it all year round to be sold at our events. We're gonna have those colors for the beanies and those colors for I think that's it. But then we're gonna have those colors rotating for the elite teams. So your shirt, your sweater, the cutoff sweater, all that stuff will switch every single year. Even the wristband colors was a switch. For the non-elite kids, they can just buy the black outfits. So that's what we have, and hopefully I can even get that to you guys. Especially if you guys earn some coins, I can send you guys some gear that way too. I don't know if you're gonna want to wear our gear, but yeah, you never know. You guys, it might be collector's items. Anyways, so just know that I'm sorry that I can't show you guys the workouts right now because I don't have the basketball courts behind me, but I will soon. And I'm also this week going to get my actual streaming thing up here. Again, it's nowhere near where I want it, but it's going to be there, all right, where I'm going to have things. And so at least I can draw up the place for you guys. All right, so tip drill. It's a timing drill. We talked about off the backboard alley-oops, but this one is also running around with your teammates, like with like 4 or 5 of you guys sprinting to half court. It's a tough drill. I'm wearing my gray 50 All-Stars red shirt. There you go. You wear the hoodie still? Good. All right. So I'll look to see if I can get you guys some stuff. If you can't tell by my faded outfit, I don't even give myself free gear. I'm dead serious about this whole coin thing, about everything holding value. 1-on-1 wing to 1-on-1 rebound. That's playing 1-on-1 up top with the 2 wings crashing in our 2 box people hitting each other for the rebound on the shot. And then the 1-on-1 is no steals, no blocks up top. You do 5, and then you rotate. I like this drill because you get to just pop someone. I mean, hitting people for rebounds is like a pastime of mine, man. I love that crap so much. All right. So, I mean, as long as you have your arm right here and you don't extend it, it's not a foul. Does that mean that they'll never call a foul on you? No. But I would say in a game, going like this, doing it correctly, and ramming into them with your whole body, you need at the very least 1 or 2 of those fouls. All right, you have 5 fouls for the game, so you get 4. You get 4, and you're good. All right, 1 or 2, maybe 1. All you need is 1. Then they'll move. You knock someone out right there, and they probably won't call the foul. It's like if your arm doesn't extend, you hit them right there as hard as you possibly can. Let them have some space in between you, and then just take up the space on the first shot that you see, and you blitz the guy. All right, and I don't care how weak you are, it hurts. I mean, I've been hit by kids that I've told to do this in the chest, and it hurts. All right, and it makes you flinch every single time afterwards. All right, and it's not a foul. They might call a foul, but it's not a foul. And you hit them like that so you can separate them from the ball. So if you have 2 people doing it at the same time, it's not very, very good. But usually everyone else is rebounding like that with their hands straight up, body straight up. So you knock them out. All right, you show them that you mean business. So if you floor someone the first day of tryouts in high school, you on the team. I'm just telling you right now, like, you win. I don't care if you didn't make a shot the whole time, if you can't dribble. They'll be like, hey, who was that kid that floored Freddie? Oh, my God. That was amazing. His name was Blake Bastani, strongest guy in the gym. Anyways, then we have not in help side equals points. That's how we play. When you're not in help side, the other team gets points right away. It's also an offensive drill because you can keep swinging the ball and cutting through to make it hard for them to stay in help side, okay? Zone 1 or 2 guard front. If they're playing a 2-3 zone, you have a 1 guard front. If they're playing a 3-2 zone, you have a 2 guard front. Basically, if it's odd for them, like a 1-2-2 or something like that, or a 1-3-1, if it's odd for them, you put an even guard front. If it's even for them, like a 2-3, then you put a odd guard front. So you could put 2 guys on the wing and one guy up top. Yep, I'm massive now. I'm sure, man. Hey, as long as you do your push-ups, you have about 2 years to make it to high school. You'll be all right. And then 16 plus seconds up by 4+ points. Break the press with no turnovers to secure the win. You have 16 seconds. You're up by 4. You got to secure the ball. You got to make sure that's in your best ball handler. You got to make tough passes, make tough cuts, get the ball into the front court. The game's over. Offensive rebound tips. +1. This is us playing again and scrimmaging in the end. And every single time that you tip the ball, just tip it. You don't have to grab it. Just tip it. You get a point. Any kind of shot that goes up and you get the offensive tip for anything, you get a point in this regard. So I would basically during games, I would play that game by myself, even though it really wasn't. You get a point for it. I would pretend like it was. Okay. All I did, I just wanted to just like the edge of my fingernails to touch the ball. So I would always just reach for it, grab for it, whatever. And again, I was a big time rebounder. And that was probably like my best trait. I mean, I want to say I was a good ball handler, good passer, things like that, but nah, it was definitely rebounding. And I just wanted it so badly all the time. So every rebound's yours, and you're mad on everyone that you can't get to. Everyone that you can't get within 5 feet, 2 feet. And you go for every single one. And I don't mean like some of them. I mean every single one. Unless you're the get-back person, you go for the ball. As a 14 seed versus Texas, 3 seed, clutch, make the 2 free throws to win. Did you see the 58% free throw shooter? That's pretty good. As long as you're clutch, maybe. Hey, maybe that's just in his genes. Let's talk quickly about let me think. Some NBA. So, we're talking about the March Madness. I have not been watching it, but I did see a team win without winning. It was VCU, I believe. They advanced in the tournament because the other team had COVID protocols, right? And it's a tough way to win, but I'll take it. Tough way to lose. Think about that. That would totally suck. So, I mean, this is for a college kid to pay attention to who he's hanging out with and to not get sick or stuff like that, that's tough, especially like when the young kids, they're not dying of COVID like that, right? So it's like, I don't care if I get it, but no, you just lost the entire NCAA game. Like, that's crazy. Been watching it every single, I know any college basketball besides Cade Cunningham. Yeah, I never really paid attention to college basketball, but I suggest that you guys do that. So 1 seed that couldn't play, they would delay the tournament. They would have definitely, yeah. I think it was because it was the better team, right? It was Oregon that advanced, or something like that, or Oregon I'm not sure, but yeah, that is funny. Yeah, if it was the best team, you're not letting that happen. Like if Tom Brady got like COVID right before, they would have just kept it a secret because they got to make that money. Someone said about the women not getting all the same stuff as the men, and they said, but they do get paid the same, $0. Yo, as a college athlete, this is my fix for that. Okay, yes, college athletes should not get paid. That's silly. You shouldn't throw money into the situation. But you know who else shouldn't get paid? The people making money off college athletes. Nobody should be getting paid this much money for this stuff. No one. But since they refuse to give up their money and they have to get paid off the names of college players, well, then you have to pay college players. And it doesn't even make sense to pay college players because the big schools will get more than the little schools. Then it will force all the players to go to the big schools. The women don't make as much as the men. So they force them to even it out somehow. It would be such a weird thing. Like, how much does track get versus football? Who makes more money? It'd be so complex to pay players that they should just donate the money. Yeah, I mean, like if this is what I always say. If I found a way to make $100 off your name per year, and I was like, I'll give you $50 of it. I found out a way to make $100 off your name. You'd be like, cool. So I gave you 50, but then all of a sudden I rigged a way to make $1,000 off it, then $10,000 off it, then $1 million, and I was still just giving you $50 a year. You can't say that I'm not giving you something. They're giving them college scholarships, but then the more amount of money that they're making makes it weird. All right. And it's like, yeah, we're really happy. Thanks for doing this for us. But why are you making so much money off my name? All right. And the people putting it all together, yeah, I guess they did some contracts, but they got ESPN filming it. All right. They're not doing the filming. And I guess that, they built some buildings, but they got some construction workers to build the buildings. They didn't build those buildings. And what else are they doing? Some commercials? No, they got a marketing department to do that. What are they doing compared to the players going out there and like working their tail off? I mean, the coaches have to make like $7 million a year because they have nowhere to give this money to. It's like, what? We're not allowed to give to the players? And why aren't you allowed to give to the players? Because it's just a rule that someone wrote a long time ago. It's dumb. They used to not play Olympic athletes either, but now they pay them. I mean, just figure it out. At least let them like make a commercial with their name in it. They can't even like take a Nike endorsement. They're not allowed to make anything off their name. If someone gave them a job, they're not allowed to take that money if it's because of their name. It's so ridiculous. Football and basketball should be the only people to get paid. Again, I think that they should bluff it. They should be like, yo, we don't want any money if you don't make money. If you donate 90% of the money and just use the rest to like fund your little stuff, then we're okay with not getting paid. Or you figure out a way to pay us, and I think it would be done by the next day. College basketball is dying out now because players are going to the G League. Yeah, there won't ever be enough players to do that. And plus, we don't, believe it or not, the players back then and the players now and the players in the future, they're all not good compared to someone. Even in the NBA, they're not good. Or you can see them as the greatest. We only compare them to each other. So right now in the NBA, and you're not going to believe this, like if I just like, I don't know, murdered like 50% of the players and they were like the top 50%, I don't know, they were just gone, there would be a new group of people that you would worship. And it would be a player who's like the 8th best player on the Warriors right now. He would be considered the best player in the league. He'd be averaging a certain percentage. He'd be doing all the same stuff. He'd be getting crazy dunks, and you would never notice the difference because you only relate people to who they're playing against. Shaq's only big because he's playing against smaller people. I mean, it's just really weird like that. You're not going to believe me. They are getting better, definitely. But if we just, if the NCAA wasn't getting as many players, you just wouldn't notice. People cheer for those teams because it's a college thing and it's a frenzy and because it's like a spectacle now. I mean, it's not because the player's talent level. All right, so don't buy into that. And the players really, and college is very, very unique. The players don't have enough time to become popular. Even in 4 years, they're not going to have that much time to become popular because usually during the first 2 years, they're not that popular. Now that they're skipping that, now, I mean, it doesn't matter. I know, but he didn't play college. He was Lithuania. High schoolers can go straight to the NBA. LaMelo, yep. Jalen Green was one of the first to do the G League. Yeah. Hey, it might happen more and more, especially since they're not getting paid. So maybe that might force their hand too. Anyway, let's finish this out. For middle school, I have horseshoe shooting, 180 poly for shots, pick and roll defense. Let me know if you have any questions on any of this stuff. Point guard advance the ball ahead, under 15 seconds, up by 4+ points, and deflections +1. And then I think 180 poly for shots, the handoff for shots, that's a great drill to do if you have a friend. High school, we have drives and rotations, 180 tangent for shots, down screen, screen away, 3 for layup and shot, 10 seconds tie game, 10+ seconds down by 3 with the free throws, and sideline out of bounds. So 10 seconds down by 3 with free throws, sideline out of bounds. Let's see. So, if we're down by 3 and we have the ball on the out of bounds line, we need to get the ball in. You don't need to take the first quick shot that you see. You can create. You can pass the ball in, create, and then kick out. But you do want to shoot it kind of early. And now you send no one back. That's a very, very key point. You send all 4 or even 5 rebounders to the ball. If it's under like two seconds or so, you can keep one person out. But again, these are all things that you talk about during the timeout. If you're down by 2 or 1, you're just running a play with the screen, going for it. If you are shooting the free throws and you're defending this, and you're up by 3, again, with 10 seconds to go, you're not doing any kind of foul games. Nothing like that. It's way too much time. You just want to D up, make them penetrate. Don't help too hard, but also don't let them blow by you to get a really quick point either. So you still want to play good defense. There's a lot of ways to play that one, but those are how I would play it. John, is future summers, will you have your summer camp in Colorado? If so, yeah. I'll tell you guys about the summer camps, not in 2020, but in 2000, no, not in 2021, but starting in 2022, I will send out the invite to all the summer camps. I think it'll be an awesome deal, where people out of state can come here, and we'll make it like a crazy, crazy thing. And if it, I don't know what the price will be or anything like that, but we'll figure it out. All right, motivational story of the day is, all right, being a doctor, teacher, or social worker are very important things in this world. All right, but there are many other professions that are just as silly as being an athlete, especially when you realize what life is truly about and the impact you can make on this world from any of life's arenas. So pursue your passion and learn excellence on a daily basis. All right. Not only is like basketball, it's a decent goal. All right. It's a great profession. Not only that, all right. There's a lot of work. There's a lot of places to play basketball in the whole world. Okay. But not only that, after you're done with basketball, you can just go back to school. Really, I mean, as a 25-year-old, just go back to school and still become a doctor or a lawyer from scratch. I mean, you can still do everything. So don't think about it like that. And what basketball did it for me, and what it does for a lot of people, is it helped me keep my grades on point, actually. Because if I had my grades get lower, then I couldn't play basketball. So I always made sure that I was going to class. In college, we had classroom checks. All right. Other people in college didn't have that. So the sports actually helped our academics in many, many ways. They also gave us some free tutors and things like that I didn't utilize those. But I mean, sports doesn't have to be seen as like stupid. If you're a banker, you're just playing with monopoly money all day. All right. It's not anything special. All right. If you're whatever, like any kind of job, if you own like a car wash, is your life really, really more important than, like, let's say, Luka Doncic's? No, I don't think so. All right, that guy gets to touch so many people. So when people say that you're playing a silly sport, what they're really saying is that they think that you can't make it, because they wouldn't say those same words to Michael Jordan, who probably touched their lives in many, many ways. So don't worry about the silliness of it. Whatever you want to do, even if you want to be like an artist or like a guitar player. Life is so short. Make sure that you're doing what you love to do. And if you can do it with enough passion, enough effort, you can make any kind of career that you want. There's actually there's a thing that I included in our book. And let me see, where's the book? I'm bringing the guys some copies of our book too, but it's in the 3 to 6 year old book if you guys happen to have it, and it's toward the back, and it's right here. All right. Again, if I had a setup, I could put this on the screen accurately. But it's, in life, this is your purpose in the middle, and if you are great at it and you can get paid for it, that's called a profession. That's what your parents want you to do. They want you to focus on what you're actually great at. They're like, oh, what are you good at? What are you good at? What are you great at? And now figure out a way to make money. But you're like, I know I'm tall, but I don't like basketball, or whatever it may be, right? I know I'm the fastest kid in class, but I don't like to run. Or I know that I'm smart at science, but I don't like science, right? It doesn't matter. But again, if you're great at something, it makes it easier. So sure, if you're great at it, make some money, that's called a profession. But if you're great at it and you love it, that's called a passion. All right. And usually you're passionate about stuff that you're great at. All right. If you love it and the world needs it, that's called a mission. All right. Because if you love something and the world happens to need it, that's when you can be like, yo, I got to make some vegan burgers for people. Like, I love this stuff. And then like the world needs it. And you're like, yeah, let's push this agenda or that agenda or whatever like that. That is your mission. And then the last one is, if the world needs it and you can get paid for it, that's called, I can't read backwards. That's called a vocation. All right. If the world needs it and you get paid for it, that's a vocation. It's kind of like a job, but it's like a necessary job. You're making money off other people. But if it's all four, that's your purpose. So think about something that you're great at. And you can get greater at basketball, that you love, that the world needs it. So that's how you do it. And then which you can get paid for, and that's your purpose. All right. And I think that that's a very, very important thing for anyone to like figure out, because everyone's trying to figure out the meaning to life and things like that. You find your own meaning. All right. I think I like Luka Doncic so much because he isn't a freak athlete or 7 feet tall, and his game is around his IQ. It is, but he's still a freak. He's taller than I am. He's 6'8". He's not as freaky as the freaks, but he's a pretty freaky. Luka plays like Blake. We'll see. Well, that is to be seen. Anyways, I am done for the day. Great job, you guys. Keep up the work. I'm still going to be watching that homework page as well. I forgot the trivia question for the day. Trivia question real quick is, which NBA player scored the most regular season points in the 2000s? Keywords, regular season points. Others is most regular season points in the 2000s. So from 2000 to 2009. All right. During this time, it is actually Kobe. Yeah. I mean, they try to trick you with the multiple choice here. It's Allen Iverson, Tim Duncan, Paul Pierce, Kobe Bryant, Dirk Nowitzki. I was thinking Dirk, especially if they asked like that. But it was definitely Kobe Bryant. And also Tim Duncan won 5 championships during that time. Yo, Kobe, good job, man. Finn is killing it, y'all. Anyways, I'll see you guys later. Keep watching those movies. Keep posting stuff. Keep working out. See y'all later. And wish me luck for tomorrow. Peace.